I've just been driving from Cape May, New Jersey back to northeastern Tennessee. My father-in-law is still in the hospital, but I've passed the baton to my husband, who arrived to take care of him, and prognosis is all good, but I'm excited to get home to see our kids, and I am traveling through Roanoke, Virginia. So I'm in kind of the southwestern corner of Virginia, sitting under a gorgeous tree. Reminds me, I think it's a weeping willow, and picked up an awesome smoothie at one of my stops here. There was a bit of a traffic jam, or I think there was an accident on the freeway. So things got kind of slowed down, and I decided to just get off, have a quick stretch of my legs, and get a drink. I've just been listening to some podcasts and audiobooks through my trip, and I was just listening to something that really provoked something that I wanted to share, and that was just the power of progress over perfection. So many of us, I think, as entrepreneurs and in the business realm, especially ones that have big goals and maybe come from some high achieving or are achievers in different ways, or want to be super achievers or high achievers in different aspects, can really get stuck on the treadmill and find it hard to make progress sometimes. I think entrepreneurship can be really difficult because when you're starting out, you are the business, and that means 24/7. And so there is constantly something that you can be doing better. And if you are like me, and not only in business, but doing business with your husband or your partner in different ways, then you'll find you talk about business at all hours of the day. And so it's really hard to separate life and business. It just is, and that's one of the things I love about entrepreneurship. I love that we can bring our kids with us in our business. I love that we can homeschool on the road. I love the fact that it isn't necessarily two different worlds, but it's also one of the great challenges. And so celebrating our progress, finding wins in the progress rather than in perfection, it can be challenging. It can be really hard to stop and celebrate little wins because it marks progress. And when you're starting out on anything, it can feel like just failure after failure after failure. And so the gap between reality and your expectation, I think that's the very definition of somebody came up with and coined for disappointment. Disappointment is the gap kind of between expectation and reality. And so there's a tension that we manage as entrepreneurs of holding that expectation and our hope and our vision and goals with the reality of maybe where our progress is. And we can't hold that tension as disappointment. We have to hold it, and really we have to flip it around and look at what there is to celebrate. Look at our progress, look at our wins, and find ways to celebrate the accomplishment that we've had. Grinding, the grind. There's just these deep words that a lot of entrepreneurs know of working hard, and it can be really difficult to move from just becoming somebody who is grinding away at their business and become somebody who is alive doing the business, being your business, till you are building, as you are the business usually in the beginning. And so while you're carrying that and growing it to a place that business can be sustainable without you, there's a big difference between grinding away and then beginning to enjoy and celebrate the building of your business, the building of the accomplishment. And so I think it's learning to be kind to yourself, and it's something I have been practicing more and more in recent years, and really trying to encourage my husband to do with me, and as a family, really learning to celebrate our wins, celebrating the little wins. And it doesn't always have to be something big. It can just be, a special dinner. It can be special drinks. It can be doing something special together in honor or recognition of where we've come. It can just be cheering each other on and even just verbalizing it. And revisiting that. I'm doing that with a coaching client right now who has made some big wins, and just trying to acknowledge and help her celebrate that win. One of the ways I've been doing it is, as in our coaching sessions, is really repeating the win and the value of what she has done to mark that. And so anyway, I don't know where you're at in life, how you're moving towards your goals. You may or may not be an entrepreneur, but if you have a dream and you want to see that dream become reality, you are gonna have to make a decision of how to make progress toward that dream. And to be honest, most people, it's easy to talk and let your dreams live in the realm of fairy tales and be something that let your dreams remain in dreamland and just talk about them. But to actually do something and move toward your goals, to take a step, one step toward your dream, is a win, and it's worth celebrating. And I have to remind myself of that on a regular basis in multiple ways. To take a second step, to take 5 steps, to take 10 steps, to pick yourself up when you have fallen down, that's a win. When you don't let what somebody tells you or what others say, or maybe how you've been slandered about something, knock you down, that's a win. And progress is winning, and we have to find ways to celebrate that. We have to learn to be kind. And I love this idea. I just was really thinking about how when you focus on being grateful for how far you've come, and you focus on really celebrating how far you've come, and these wins, it's so much easier to move yourself in a direction when there's pleasure and joy around what you're celebrating and what you're doing. Because if you have this standard of perfection for yourself, and all you're looking at is the disappointment between your expectation and your dream and your goal versus the reality, and kicking yourself or beating yourself up because you didn't try harder, you didn't do more, you didn't take a bigger risk, or whatever it is, the fact is we as humans are motivated by pain and pleasure. And if something is painful, we're not going to move in that direction. And it doesn't even have to be other people beating us up about stuff. When we beat ourselves up for our failures, when we beat ourselves up for, knock ourselves around for all the disappointments and how we disappoint ourselves, well, we're not going to want to move in the direction of our dreams. It's only by taking steps and celebrating those wins, building gratitude, and living from a place of gratitude, that we're going to be able to fuel ourselves on that journey toward our dreams. So I hope this adds a spark and adds some fuel to your dreams today, and I'll see you on the next video.